Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the full launch of Modern Warfare 3. You guys knew this video was coming. We have to talk about the skill-based matchmaking in this game. We talked about it during the beta. It really seemed like it was being ramped up during the beta, but here in the full launch, things are getting absolutely insane. I thought at first when I was playing early, because people were connecting to the New Zealand servers and stuff like that, those were the most dedicated of the most hardcore players out there, you know, people that wanted to play the game so desperately on a Thursday afternoon by connecting their consoles to a whole different country and then doing a glitch to join the game if you play on PC. Like, I understood that aspect of it, and the game was kind of hard to judge because we're playing on those terrible servers. The connectivity was bad, packet burst was bad, but now that the full launch is out, everybody has access to the game now. Things have only gotten worse. I started off by playing solo, right? Solo was pretty difficult to begin with, but man, it just seems like it's so ramped up. It's kind of like Modern Warfare 2, the last game that we had, where if you're a solo player, not only do you have to run that ACS field upgrade because no one else is going to play the objective, but you better have your best guns, your best attachments, your best perks. You better be running Ghost. You better have your sneaky sneakers on. Like, you have to try so hard just to like barely do normal in Call of Duty these days because of how ramped up skill-based matchmaking is. But that's something I've kind of gotten used to over the years because I normally play solo. Well, today we were playing with a group and things just got insane, and I have to break down the entire story because, dude, this is actually pretty wild. So we're all playing together, right? This is a group of my friends that live in the same town as I, as well as a couple of friends from like Michigan. We had one friend down there in Florida. He played for a little bit, but he had to go to work, and you know, we're just playing with a group of our friends, the same friend group that we've had forever. We all come back for COD every single year, and we have a good time just playing the game together. Well, as such, we started to go on a little bit of a win streak, and incrementally we noticed how the lobbies were getting crazier and crazier and crazier. I was going on like 20 kill streaks playing War, and then the very next game, suddenly we get a full stack of people against us, and that is when things started to get really sweaty. Well, after that, we decided, okay, well, we won our game of War. We're on a bit of a win streak here. Let's go try out some other game modes. I wanted to play Control because I've always enjoyed Control ever since it came out in Black Ops 4. And again, initially it was kind of okay, but eventually our lobbies got sweatier and sweatier and sweatier because we kept winning. My friend Zach just started playing today with us. He didn't play it all last night. He didn't play early. He had a perfect win-loss ratio. Like, we never lost, right? So every game got sweatier and sweatier and sweatier to the point where they just basically said we weren't allowed to play Control anymore. As you guys can see, they started ramping up our matches. Our connection was getting worse and worse as each match went on because they had to keep looking outside of our local areas here so that we could try to get put in the lobbies with people that are sweatier or maybe are just better at the game or whatever, until eventually they could not find us a single game under 200 ping. They just straight up said, you know what, you can't do that. You really aren't just allowed to play anymore. So we took like a 10-minute break, and then we came back and we're like, okay, let's jump back into this here. Let's actually get playing. We'll try Domination. Maybe Control doesn't have a ton of people in it. And then we get Terminal. The first time we played Terminal all day, I was very excited to play it. Beautiful looking map. So many memories on this map. But then something felt off. As we were playing, it seemed like we were getting beamed. I mean, like, we're winning, but dude, like, you ever see someone that drop shots and it's like they drop shot instantly, like within one frame, just boom, they're on the ground, then they're jumping right back up, and like within 2 frames, they're down and they're back up. It's just like, it's really laggy. Well, my friend Foley here said, dude, check the scoreboard, and we did. And lo and behold, look at our ping compared to these guys on the other team. Again, so just so hyper, me, Buck Bagalini, and my buddy Foley, we all live in the same town, like not even a 5-minute walk away from each other. Dramatic Replays lives in Michigan, which is like, I don't know, an hour and a half away from where we live. We all live very close, and we're all the ones with 120, 130 ping. Everybody else in the lobby is sitting there at like 30, 40 ping maybe, which made us kind of think that these people aren't from our country. I don't think we're playing against Americans. And then at the very end of the game, this ended up happening. Nate jumped in the game chat, and it was so freaking funny.
Hey, whereabouts you guys from?
None of your
Scotland.
fucking business, you nosy bastard.
How do you guys lose? We're 100 ping, bro.
Oh, glad would you fuck off and go back
You
there.
guys have 30 ping?
Oh, they're literally like for Irish.
Sir.
You guys are across the pond. How do you guys lose?
Dramatic
You're
replays.
basically a cousin of the Russians, you fucking spot.
What is happening?
You fucking gypsy bastard.
Why are we in this?
What the fuck?
Oh my god.
Yo, it's comedy.
That's insane that we just played in that lobby.
We just got called fuckhead gypsy bastards by some straight up Irishmen over there, man. Like, we're talking like Europeans. We got thrown into a European lobby because we were on a 10+ win streak. Again, they would not give us a game of control. Our lobby's connection was getting worse and worse until eventually they threw 3 guys from Pennsylvania and 1 dude from Michigan to a lobby over in freaking Europe because this isn't a dead game, right? I mean, the game just came out. There are servers everywhere. The servers are full of so many people playing. You can't tell me we couldn't find a server in America? For crying out loud here, like holy shit. And then the very next game is the footage that you guys were watching earlier. We load into another domination match, this time on Quarry, and I quickly realize that we don't have any teammates. They just didn't give us one. I'm sure there was a 5th teammate when we were loading in, but that guy must have backed out right before the match even started. So we started the match down 4 people to 6. And I even joked, I'm like, you know, for a fact, we're not getting a teammate. And guess what, guys? We didn't get a fucking teammate the entire 12-minute game of domination. And I mean, I'm not going to spoil the end. Like, as you can see, like, we're getting goddamn sweaty here. It's a 4v6 for crying out loud. You're telling me we couldn't find us a single lobby for control under 200 ping. And then you're telling me they couldn't find us a lobby that was in America. We had to go play on European servers. And then the very next match, you couldn't find us 2 teammates. Modern Warfare 3, like, you know for a fact, in the coming days, we're going to hear all about how Modern Warfare 3 is a monumental blockbuster and it's making millions and millions and millions of dollars and everyone's loving it and this, that, and the other. You know that's going to happen. Yet on day 1, they could not find us a lobby in America, and they also couldn't find us 2 teammates in Domination, arguably one of the most popular game modes out there, like Team Deathmatch, Domination, probably Search and Destroy. Those are like the 3 most popular game modes. Maybe throw Free-for-All in there, maybe on top of that. I don't know. Like, it boggles the mind. It's like we watched it happen over time. Like, the game was so hell-bent on ending our win streak and skill-based matchmaking ramping up and ramping up and ramping up that we weren't allowed to play in America and we weren't allowed to play with a full squad. Like, holy hell, how does that actually happen? And it just goes to show there's so many people out there who are like on the side of skill-based matchmaking. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, people out there, you just want to pub stomp. You don't, you know, you just want to like beat up on bad kids all day. It's like, no, I just want to play in the lobby that, you know, either has like full teammates or is in America. I think I would enjoy that aspect as well. And it's just so crazy to me that they're so, like, they protect the bad players, the newer players, whatever you want to call them. They protect them so much with skill-based matchmaking that they are now going to be adding bots into Warzone. If you guys haven't heard this, right now it's currently a leak. It's currently, you know, from industry insiders and whatnot. But if you played Fortnite, let's say you're like brand new to Fortnite, your first few matches, and maybe even many more matches after that, there will be bots in your lobby. You're going to be straight up facing AI and maybe occasionally another bad player, another new player or whatever. But mostly you're going to be facing bots when you first start playing Fortnite. And until you get like decent at the game, there's going to be bots in your lobby. The same thing is going to be happening in Warzone as well. So it's at the point where, like, if you're adding bots to Warzone, why do we even have skill-based matchmaking in normal unranked public matches of COD? Like, if you want to protect players that bad, just freaking put them in combat training against AI or some shit. And let's make it so ping is king once again. Let's make it so we can actually enjoy the game, where if you want to play solo or if you want to play with your friend, you're getting into your lobbies based on your connection. You're playing against people from your general region, and you can just make the best player win. That is what made COD so interesting back in the day. Like, you saw yourself progress because as you got into every lobby, you knew going into it that it was basically just random when it came to the matchmaking. It was basically just people from your general area, so everyone had a good connection. There's gonna be people in that lobby better than you, there's gonna be people in that lobby worse than you, and just made the best player win. And you saw yourself over time, on average, doing better and better and better against those lobbies, and it felt good because you knew you were improving as a player. With something like skill-based matchmaking, if you're a brand new player and you don't know shit about shit and you're just trying to learn the game and whatnot, how do you tell if you're getting better? Because they're always putting people that are also dog shit on the other team. Or if you eventually do get good at the game, they're always putting people that are also good at the game on the other team, and you never really feel that sense of progression. You know, people call it engagement optimized matchmaking or whatever. It's all the same thing. Like, at the end of the day, you don't really see yourself improve. You kind of of stagnate as a player, and how is that good for long-term growth of the franchise? It really goes against the entire idea. The idea being they don't want new players to get their teeth knocked in when they start playing, so they want to protect them, right? But those players aren't going to get invested in the game because they're not actually improving at it. And also, if you have any modicum of intelligence whatsoever, you know that you're facing bad players. When Warzone gets updated, you know you're facing bots. Is that not insulting to your intelligence at least a little bit when the game's like, man, you really suck, don't you? Like, we don't want you to get good at the game or learn things or anything like that. We want to hold your hand so you can buy our stuff in the shop. Like, that happened to me with Fortnite. I did go on a kick with Fortnite for a while, but I'll tell you guys what, when I first started playing it, I was like insulted. You know, I boot up the game, I get in my first solo match, I'm running around, and then the first couple kills, I'm like, okay, maybe those are just like bad players. You know, maybe they're also new players, maybe skill-based matchmaking or whatever, you know. Then I quickly realized my first game of Fortnite, I had a 17 kill win, and there wasn't a single actual person in the lobby. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, why? I don't want to face bots. Like, sure, I'm gonna be shit. I'm okay with that. Like, I want to learn. I don't want to face freaking AI. And if I was like brand new to the game, like, I don't want to face people that are like horrible as well. Like, I want to face people based on connection. I want to get into a lobby. I want people in that lobby to be better than me. I want people to be worse than me. I want like just the general populace in there, and may the best man win. That is what Call of Duty used to be about. But nowadays, especially here in Modern Warfare 3, that has all been thrown out the window because they have these metrics, or they got, I don't know what information they have behind the scenes, but apparently skill-based matchmaking is good for their bottom line, and that's why we have to deal with this bullshit. But dude, Modern Warfare 3 has been absolutely insane when it comes to the lobbies and the sweatiness, and I said yesterday, like Tony Hawk Pro skating our way across the map and stuff like that. Like, it's been a lot to get used to. It really has been. But I've been seeing so much on social media and in other people's videos, people talking about skill-based matchmaking, and sure, it's the launch of the game. People are going to say it's the launch of the game. The most dedicated people are going to be playing right now, and that is true. But dude, it cannot be denied that skill-based matchmaking has been ramped up in one way or another, going from Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3. Like, things have just gotten insane, and the long-term effects of that have yet to be seen, but I'm definitely interested to see how everything is going to play out. But guys, that is it for this video. You guys knew the skill-based matchmaking rant had to happen here, and what happened today, what transpired there, that is just hilarious, and I just had to make a video on it. And yeah, so I'd love to hear what you guys think down there in the comments. Like, how are your lobbies been? How have you been getting used to Modern Warfare 3? How has, you know, the entire honeymoon phase been going so far? Let me know about that. Thank you all so much for listening. Be sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.